Hello, my friend Cameron is drunkenly ranting and making a tier list on treyarch called Zombies. They said it would be a collab video, but I haven't really been able to get a word in, and I'm just gonna let them do their thing. And while they do their thing, I'm gonna do mine. So here is my tier list. I'm gonna try and go as fast as I can. Um, Honestly, I'm just gonna do that. I have not been around for COD Zombies since the very beginning. I was alive when World at War came out, but I did not start playing video games seriously until about 2009. So I was about a year late. My first COD was Modern Warfare 2. That was the first one that I played and actually on my own system and all that. So Black Ops 1 was really my introduction to zombies, and I remember playing Kino, I remember 5, but I had a white Xbox 360 in a room with a small CRTV, and I don't know, I just didn't think to ask. My parents didn't know what DLC was. The concept was fairly new to me, at least. And I would get Microsoft points and I would just buy other games. I didn't think to buy DLC for COD until Moon came out, but more importantly, the Resurrection DLC came out. I remember seeing the trailer for that. I remember seeing it, pop-ups for it at Best Buy, and I remember being like, "Wow, I want the DLC for this game. Moon Map seems cool. Plus all these, World at War maps that I've never been able to play because I did not own World at War. I thought it would be very cool." So I got that, and then eventually just built my way into owning all the Black Ops 1 DLCs. And then from that point on, anytime I got a COD, I would always get the season pass as well. But we're gonna start eventually probably in 2011, I think I finally bought World at War off the digital marketplace on Xbox 360 for like $20, and it wasn't even that old of a game. And even by 2011, it was already just filled to the brim with people holding finger guns and just one tapping everyone on the map. But you would still find legit lobbies as well. But yeah, that was interesting, an interesting era. Hopped on World at War a little bit late, and yeah, I think it's the worst version of zombies. The movement I just don't like. I feel like it's just maybe I don't like it because it's the most difficult form of zombies. Um, that or Black Ops 1, to be honest. So Knockdown Tone, I'm just gonna be honest, it's an F. I get it. It's the Godfather. It's the blueprint to all of this. But I'm just thinking of these. If I had to pop these on now and play them, I'd be bored out of my mind on Knockdown Tone. I really only put it on if I'm just trying to have a conversation with my friend and not really be locked in and just shoot zombies mindlessly. I know people are like, but the environment. Oh, if you feel closed in, you feel like you're trapped in this bunker against the zombie apocalypse. I'm gonna be real. I don't care. It's a boring map, and I would not want to play it over honestly any of these. I might bite that statement later. Next we have Rucked. I'm gonna put it D. Um, Not much else to say. I just don't think it's that great of a map. For obvious reasons that everyone has said a million times. Shinonuma, I think, is my first B. I kind of want to lower it to a C, but I'm gonna think of it, and I'm gonna take into account these in all their variants. Shinonuma, Black Ops 3 Edition, not the worst thing ever. It's honestly a pretty decent map, and I'm gonna put Derice in the same caliber. Um, to be real, they're kind of tied for me. I might like Shinonuma a little bit more than Derice. Then we have Kino Der Toten. Now, I feel like I'm just such a hypocritical bitch because my soul immediately wanted to put this in A tier, and I was making fun of Cameron for wanting to put Noct in A tier because that was their first zombie experience and that was the blueprint. To me, Kino was the blueprint. Um, Even though there's literally less to do on Kino than there is to do on Derice in a sense, or Shinonuma, but the map layout is just so iconic, and it's just I'm gonna be a hypocritical and biased bitch, I'm gonna put it at the top of B tier. 5, original 5, I'm not gonna count. I see classified there. I'm gonna put it C. I like it a little bit. Ascension is gonna be my first A. I almost want to put it S, but it's not S tier level. Um, but super fun map. Uh, Kino der Toten was probably the first zombie map to really like blow my mind and like get me really into zombies. But Ascension, I remember like when I finally got all the DLCs, just yeah, I thought it was the coolest map. But the monkeys do get fucking annoying, and that's really all my like only complaint for the map really. Call of the Dead. I'm torn here. I said I was gonna go fast, but really I'm torn. Um, but I think I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm going B. I'm going B. I'm sorry. I think the intro cutscene is insane. I don't know why. I'm having like a vivid memory in the room at my third house on my 360, and for some reason I had this DLC. I think this was one of the only ones I had. I had like Kino, and then I had this one. I don't think Resurrection was out yet, and I remember having friends over, and I remember being like, "Yo, watch this," and it was like the intro cutscene to Call of the Dead, and I was like, "Isn't this like the coolest shit ever?" But overall, the map layout is a little bit annoying, and I've never had too much fun on the map. Um, I think it's the first like actual like Easter egg, um, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, to me, I'm gonna put it B. I think I just have more fun on Ascension. If I had to pop one on, I'd have more fun on Ascension than Call of the Dead. Shangri-La. I'm putting it C. I'd half the mind to put it at D tier. I remember getting all the DLCs, and this was like the first DLC I got for Black Ops 1 where the highlight of the DLC was the multiplayer maps and not the zombies map. I just really couldn't get too much behind this one. I was also very young. I was like 10 years old. So keep in mind, I'm still like kind of a brain dead idiot. And if a video game is like difficult, it was just kind of annoying. And everything in Shangri-La was just kind of a challenge. The traps, just to do anything was just kind of a nightmare. And I feel like Call of the Dead had part of that as well. Like you're gonna see a trend in the top maps are going to be either when I finally grew up and had a brain, or any of the old ones. You're going to see that they get a high rank simply because of their simplicity. Like Ascension is so simple in a way that like yeah, no shit, I enjoyed that as a kid, and no shit, Kino is at the top of B tier for me. But yeah, I'm actually going to put 5 above Shangri-La for the simple fact that the Easter egg song is better. I don't even remember what Shangri-La's Easter egg song was, but I know this one's like the Eminem song, and I thought it was cool. Moon, Moon. I'm gonna put A. I enjoyed Moon a lot, and I still enjoy it. Honestly, I will say it does have its bullshit, like when the tunnels, it's kind of annoying, but it never bothered me too much. And plus, like, as a kid, I used to I think everyone did this, especially if they were a kid, just seeing how long you could survive at the without teleporting. It brought a lot of fun memories. Transit. Transit, I'm going to put in B, but I'm just going to put it above the World at War maps. I'm actually going to put it above Call of the Dead as well. Um, Transit, I liked the idea of the crafting. Worst wonder weapon ever. But it also had the not Darren Toten Easter egg. I remember figuring that out. They also purposely added a bunch of bullshit to the map just so it wouldn't crash on consoles. So yeah. Next up, I'm actually putting Newtown Zombies at D. Because in reality, whenever I play it, it's just kind of a nightmare. The RNG perks dropping in is just if it didn't have that, I'd put this up in C, and it might even be at the top at C. But also, it's kind of a lazy map. It's just literally, I mean, it was if you got the hardened edition of the game, a bonus, or eventually it was later released as a DLC for like $5. Um, but it's whatever. It's literally Nuketown, nothing extra added to it. And it's just very whatever. I'm actually gonna put it above Verruct though, because I would rather play that than Verruct. Then we have Die Rise. I'm gonna put Die Rise in C. I used to actually really like this map because I think it is the first map that I ever like actually got like 115 on, and it's because I played it before the patch for the Slickifire. I had just a busted Slickifire on me, and I was in the Buddha room, and you could just run that train forever. My console was on for days because I was juggling, middle school at the same time. I used to really like this map just because I liked the colors and stuff in it. When I play it now, like I do realize it kind of sucks. It sucks to the point where I kind of want to drag it down to D tier, but it just still has fun. I still think the Slickifire looks cool. I think the map aesthetic is cool. And yeah. Then we have Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead, ton of glaze, ton of glaze, ton of glaze. I'm gonna put Mob of the Dead at oh man. Oh man, it's so tough. Um man, I really want to put it S, but I'm gonna put it top of A. Mob of the Dead has never been my thing. A lot of people I see glaze it. I remember when Mob of the Dead launched, I used to have to wake up super early because I would have to go with my dad into school, and he ran the morning care. And so, where like morning care is basically where if parents had jobs that were super early, they could get dropped off super early, and then when school actually started, you would just go to your class. So I'd be like at school at like 6:30 in the morning back in middle school. I remember waking up at like 5 in the morning, downloading this map as fast as I could on my Xbox 360, and just getting a public match in. I remember I had to leave in the middle of it. But this map, man, I want to move it up to S. It's personally never been my thing. To this day, I'm not the biggest Mob of the Dead glazer, but I think cast-wise, it's stellar. I think the map layout's fine. Where I have my gripes is just the tight jail like walkways and stuff. That part of the map just falls a little short to me. I wish there were more wide open areas. Um, I just feel a little claustrophobic almost at times in that map, and I just wish it was a little more open, which apparently no one wishes for because Blood of the Dead is like the definition of that, and everyone hated it. Um, I mean, it did a lot more as well, but yeah, super fun guns. Um, super fun just map in general. Brutus always fun. The Tomahawk, which I'm forgetting what it's called, but the Firehawk and feeding the dogs. The blunderbuss, or blundergat. Um, super fun. The acid gat. Oh my god, the jump scare on the roof. There is a lot of just detail in this map. It's actually pretty incredible. I would put it at S if I just enjoyed it a little bit more, but I'm putting it at top of A because if it was up to me, I would still put it A, but like realistically, I would have more, I'm sorry, I'm a loser and I would have more fun on Ascension, but I'm putting it on top of A simply because I'm gonna glaze it and I know it deserves all the respect and praise it gets. It's just not personally my thing. Now here's a map that if you asked me even like last year, I'm so bipolar with this map. Um, I would have said S tier, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's not going in S, y'all. I'm gonna put it in A under Mob of the Dead. I still really enjoyed it. I remember when this map dropped. I remember I had to go on vacation shortly after, and I was so addicted to playing this map that I brought my Xbox with me, and I didn't have internet connection, so I would just play offline mode on this map all the time. I remember there was a little kid, a family like friend came along on this vacation and they had their little kid there. And I remember being like going through the witch's house and I was like, isn't this sick? Like, oh, you can't let him touch you. When I play the map now, um, it's kind of whatever. No, what am I saying? It's not kind of whatever. It just doesn't have the whimsy in my eyes when I play it now compared to when I was a kid. Um, it's just the witches I find annoying now more than like cool and fun. The maze just kind of annoying. But I like the amount of stuff you can build is kind of overwhelming at times. The bank's busted. You can either have the most luxurious, like easy run of your life on buried, or the most living nightmare run ever. Um, and yeah, and I think its Easter egg kind of sucks. Next up is Origins, easy S tier, the first S tier. This map I always thought was great, but if you asked me when I was a kid, I would probably said A and not S. But as I've grown up, this map is aged like a fine fucking wine. It feels like out of all the Xbox 360 generation maps, it feels like the first one that actually compares on par with the Black Ops 3 maps. Like, I don't know how to explain because even like Buried and Mob Dead, they just don't feel like they feel like they're like you're playing Black Ops 2. When I play Origins as part of the Zombie Chronicles, it just feels like one of the BO3 maps. It's just that layered. It just I'm burping, sorry. It just has that much going for it. The Easter egg is a ton of fun, at least to me. The Wonder Weapon's amazing. The map layout, I love it. It mixes the claustrophobic areas perfectly with the open spaces, which I really love. So Origins EZS. Next up, I'm finally gonna dethrone Mob of the Dead and go with Shadows of Evil. I think I like Shadows of Evil more, but it's personal preference. I personally enjoy it more. Um, I see a lot of people put this one in S as well. I'm simply not because I still don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy the maps I'm going to put in S. But nonetheless, super fun map. Fun Easter egg. Don't like that they force you to play online with other random people. I had to queue with two randoms to do it, and but I got to do it with my friend as well. And yeah, it's great. Great music. Great. Just I remember. Oh my God, I'm just getting so many memories with this. I remember when Black Ops 3 launched, and you know, my parents, my dad was never insanely strict, but I just remember I was loud. I was just having so much fun playing Shadows, the night Black Ops 3 launched, to the point where I remember my dad coming in my room and saying, "Hey, you got to go to bed. You got school tomorrow." And I remember it was like, that teenage era. I was like, I'm not going to bed. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I'll get off. I'll get off soon. But I was joking. But psych, I was a kind of a goody little child, kind of a pussy. Second my dad said that shit, it definitely killed my vibe. I remember just praying like, okay, I just have to be quiet and I hope everyone dies soon so that, I don't want to be the killjoy that's like, hey guys, I gotta get off. And thankfully, I don't know, something happened. I don't know if it was like something, I don't know. But everyone went down, we all died, and I sadly had to be like, "Oh, well, I'm not getting off because I was told to. I'm just actually like really tired, guys. So I'm getting off." And it made me pretty sad, but I've got my fix now, and it's a really great map. I like it. Very funny Easter egg. Just a lot of stuff to do. Again, another one that I think does a better job than Mob of the Dead at mixing the claustrophobic areas with the wide open areas. Now for our next S tier Dryzen Draka, and I think I'm gonna keep I'm putting Dryzen Draka above Origins. It is, but slightly. It's very close for me. Um, just a great map. An amazing. I mean, we already got an amazing opening map with Shadows of Evil, and then I remember I was just so reluctant for change in zombies that when Shadows of Evil first dropped, I was like, yeah, I like it, but I'll play the Giant. Um, which lasted that facade lasted a week before I was like, yeah, the Giants boring as fuck. I've played enough Darius, and I went immediately back to Shadows, and then just hit with that first DLC, and then boom, we get to Rise and Drop. It was just such a good map. It looks amazing. The Easter egg is plenty of fun. We finally got, you know, the Wonder Weapon in Shadows is nice, but oh, the bows, we got something on par with the staffs again, and it was just, and it's such a big map, but it doesn't feel overly big. It's like, it's just great. It is an insanely well executed map that I honestly can't praise enough. Zetsubo no Shima, I remember when the trailer for this map came out, I was, again, on not a vacation, but a road trip, and I was in a museum. And I remember I was in this museum and looking at like old like Civil War weapons or something. I remember like a musket or some shit. And then I got the YouTube notification on my phone that Call of Duty released the trailer for the next zombie map, and it was the cinematic for Zetsubo, and I was like, holy shit. And I remember probably texting a friend or something. Um, I will say, first hot take, I see a lot of people put this map down. I don't think it's. I'm gonna put it. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but it's a BO3 map, and it's so good. It's so good. They cooked so hard in this goddamn game, man. I honestly could put every BO3 map up in S tier, and I would be fine with that take. Um, they just cooked. It's a great map. It's I like it. I will say, I think the Easter egg's fun, but it is nerve-wracking to do. The amount of like step, mainly the shooting the shell at the plane, like just the nerves of if I fuck this up, I have to play like I have to literally reset. Like I don't have a second shot at this. At least from my memory, you don't get a second shot. Was nerve-wracking, and I mean that's a lot of Easter eggs to be real. But like it just felt it was such an unforgiving Easter egg, but such a fun one with an amazing cinematics, and the map is very pretty. I personally like the aesthetic of the map. When it first came out, I actually hated it, um, mainly because it finally Black Ops 3. The maps are so Easter egg forward, like to even like unlock the full potential of the maps in BO3, you basically have to get halfway through doing the Easter egg anyway. Um, and with Sensible, like you couldn't even turn on the power without like doing basically the beginning of the Easter egg. And so like I remember I was still like more of a casual player, and so I was like, oh, I was like, man, this map sucks. Like, and I will say, if you're just trying to chill, the map's not the greatest. Like, if you're like coming back after like forgetting all your COD zombie knowledge and you're like it's been 10 years since you've played Zetsuba and you just hop on it, you're probably not gonna have the best time. You're probably gonna be like, how the fuck do I get the power on? Um, but I'm coming at this as someone who's done the Easter egg, soloed the Easter egg, in fact, and it is very fun. Uh, it's a fun map, and I really like it. Next up is another S tier, and I'm gonna put it below Horizon Rock, but above Origins. If I can include specific stuff, there's specific things I like more than Horizon Rock on Gora Krovi, and it's mainly the final boss I like a bit more, and just the fact that there's fucking dragons is awesome. Um, but yes, Goran Krovi, amazing map. Soloing this Easter egg was no easy feat. It was a bitch. Remembering these steps and like doing everything, and you want to get it done as fast as possible because if you get in late rounds on some of these steps, it's fucking ridiculous. But I really enjoyed it. Up, no, next is Revelations, and sadly, guys, I am gonna put it in like the bottom of A. I want to put it in B, but it's a Black Ops 3 map, so it's not happening. Um, Personally, everyone thought it was lazy. They were like, it's just a bunch of mix of the maps. I don't, not that I want to give COD devs credit, especially nowadays, but I think it is more than that. I don't think they were just purely lazying out. I don't think they would cook up shadows. I don't think they would go so hard to cook up this streak of banger, 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 banger maps just to end it on, oh, we just didn't feel like trying anymore. I feel like they were more going for like, this is the ending. It's a love letter to the maps we've made and what you've done so far, and it all ties together. But everyone just took it as, what the hell? You guys just did banger after banger after banger, and we wanted the finale map to be another banger, and it's just a bunch of rehashed shit. So I get it. I think they were cooking up, cooking up, cooking up, and I think they did this, and they realized, oh, we kind of fumbled the bag. We should have just done a full original map. Maybe you get teleported to these parts of other maps for Easter egg steps, but making the whole map like a bunch of chunks of other maps, yeah, it just, I get it. I understand the frustration coming from people on why that feels lazy and annoying. The Easter egg's pretty fun, and I mean, there's pretty much like every wonder weapon on this shit. So, yeah, it's honestly kind of a fun map to play. It's also one where if you're just trying to casually play, it might also not be nearly as fun. But that's just my thoughts. Finally getting into Black Ops 4 with Blood of the Dead. Everyone really fucking hates this map, and I kind of understand why. But personally, I'm gonna put it, um, okay, at the top of C tier. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. Honestly, I can hop on that map and have a pretty fun time. It's pretty ginormous, which makes it kind of fun for me in a casual sense. But yeah, that's really all I have to say on that. For classified, I'm gonna put it at like there. I don't think anything's gonna dethrone Kino just from my bias and nostalgia reasons, but it kind of is a better map than Kino. Let's be real. Um, but yeah, classified. Just a better version of 5 in a lot of ways. I honestly like it. I don't like it as much as anything on A, but it's alright. Void of Despair, I'm going to put at the bottom of A. Very bold take, and this is purely just bias. I honestly want to put in S for the jokes, but I'm not going to do it. I don't think it's that great of a map, but I love the Titanic. It's probably like, as far as like historical events goes, I don't know why. I just have this obsession with it. I think it's so cool. And I like, if it was up to me, there'd be a whole like new modern like Titanic video game coming out. I know they announced one, but it was clearly fucking AI, and I don't think it's real. But yeah. So to see COD Zombies, a thing I love, mixed with Titanic, a thing I love, I was just destined to at least lie and say I loved this map. But I actually did find myself enjoying it. I mean, I'm killing zombies on the Titanic. Um, I've played uh, if you want like a more casual version of this without the Easter egg stuff, hop on Left 4 Dead 2 and download the Titanic map. That one, love it, love that custom map. And yeah, that one's great. So that's all I really have to say about that. It's there for pure bias, my interest reasons. Then we have 9, a map that gets praised. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna put it in B, above classified. Actually, no, yeah, I'll keep it there. I like it, um, but I don't like it as much as some people say. Like I've seen people put it in like A, and I didn't enjoy it that much. That much. Dead of the Night. I like the aesthetic. I like what it's going for, but I'm gonna be real. I've barely played any of it. We're eventually getting to a point where I haven't played these maps. Um, and yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna put it in like C tier above Blood of the Dead just because I like the aesthetic more. Barely played it. Ancient Evil. I see a lot of people put this in A or S. I'm gonna put it in B, like under these two. Honestly, I don't see the hype of this map. I don't like it nearly as much. Maybe it's because I've never done the Easter egg. I've never done the Easter egg. Um, it might have something to do with that, but I just don't like it that much. Alpha Omega, I'm gonna put it in C tier, in between these two. It's just a better Nuketown Zombies, but yeah, it's kind of whatever. Again, never done the Easter egg, and yeah. Tag Dare Toten. I'm gonna put in B above all the Black Ops 4 maps. It might be my favorite Black Ops 4 map. Crazy to say, but it's just, in my opinion, a better version of Call of the Dead in a gameplay sense. I think Call of the Dead has the better original aesthetic and roster, obviously, but this, as a map and the map's layout, just does more for me. Boom! I don't even know what this one's called. I think this is the first of Black Ops Cold War, and I did do this Easter egg, I believe. Um, I'm going to put it in B tier, probably like, honestly, probably at the bottom of B tier. It was all right. I just thought it was I thought it was kind of cool. They were clearly still holding on to what Zombies was at the time. Now these next ones, I'm not gonna rank because at this point, I have like no awareness of them. Um, I know there was a Black Ops 6 COD Zombies map that I did the Easter egg for, but I don't remember what it was. I think it was Terminus. I'm not sure, but I got completely carried through it, so I was kind of just shooting zombies the whole time. I don't like where they've taken zombies as far as where it's at. It doesn't feel like zombies anymore. I mean, look at the art on these maps and then look at when it gets to the Cold War era. They might as well be thumbnails for just Call of Duty campaign missions. They're so boring. They literally look like Call of Duty campaign missions that have zombies in it. It's disappointing in my opinion. I don't like them, so I kind of stopped, and I haven't played zombies since really. I heard it's gotten good, and I saw a video where there's a T-Rex boss battle or something. That seems kind of crazy. So I might have to get back into zombies because but uh, not doing it now at least. But yeah, here is my tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and that's all. Thank you.